Just a reminder that we are using the Yarnspirations Flower Power Crochet Bucket Hat as a guide to make this hat. I did not use the motif that they show in the pattern. I'm going to be making a regular granny square for mine. If you want to follow along exactly the way they do it in the pattern, that's fine. You do what you like. I finished my top, and as I said, I did it in black, and I left a long tail to seam onto the granny square ring that we're going to be making. Okay, so once you have all of your granny squares done and crocheted together, the next step that we need to do is to put a row of single crochets all around, and you want to match whatever you did for the top of your hat. So as I had stated before, the pattern calls for 70 stitches. Since I have a smaller head, I'm taking a chance and doing 60 stitches, hoping that it'll work itself out. We will see at the end, but I need to now crochet 60 stitches evenly around. Now, each one of my granny squares consists of 11 stitches, plus you have the join. So what I'm going to do to make up for that is I'm going to single crochet 2 stitches together, and I'm going to have an extra, I'm going to go into this somehow to create another stitch just so that there's not that V there. So I'm going to do 2 single crochets, 2 together to make that work. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope that my math is working itself out. So I'm just going to start here and connect my yarn with a slip stitch. And then I'll weave that tail in later. And then I'm going to single crochet that, and then I'll do my single crochet 2 together here. So you want to go in the 1 stitch, go in the 2nd stitch, and then crochet all 3 loops together. And now go into the next, single crochet, single crochet, and before I forget, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to put a stitch marker here so that I can slip stitch together. And single crochet, single crochet, and I'm going to go all the way around. I just want to show you what I do when I get to that corner. And here I'm going to do 2 together again. And now I'm just going to shove my needle through. And now that single crochet, I'll show you in a second because I'm going to do another join 2 together right here. Okay, so now that should show you, let me go down a little bit more, I guess, because you can't really see from that. Okay, so now you can see that it covered up that V. It's not as indented as it was originally. So you're going to continue along like that. When you get to the next join, just shove your hook in there and make another single crochet there just to cover it up. So if you're doing the 70, you're going to go around so that you have a approximately 70 single crochets, and then I'll meet you back to join them together, and then we're going to put the top of our hat on the ring. Very exciting. Okay, I'll see you in the next section. Okay, now that you crocheted along the top of your hat, the top of your granny squares, I should say, the next thing to do is to take the top of your hat, and you can weave in your tail at this point if you want to, and the directions say to whip stitch your top from each crochet to your hat. So I made my tail way too long, but that's all right. I'm going to put it on a needle. And I'm just going to pick a spot. Okay, and now I'm just going to literally whip stitch together. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think I'm going to do it inside out. Let me take this out and start that over. I'm going to do this from the inside. So I'm turning it over. This is my top. So I'm flipping it inside out, putting my hat upside down, putting my needle back on, I was thinking of cutting this part out, but I think it's good to let you see my thought process. Okay, so once again, I'm just picking a stitch to put it through. And now I'm going into the next stitch. And the next. And I'm just going to line them up and go through. So here's the next one. Here's the next one. These are the next 2 bars and the next 2 bars. You don't want to pull it too tight or else it'll bunch up. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, okay, that's not bad. So I'm going to continue and do this all the way around, and I will meet you back when you're all done, and then we can start doing the brim. Exciting, it's getting there quickly. All right, see you in the next part. Once you get to the end, you want to tie this off, so just go under that last, or the first, I guess, whip stitch that you made. Make a loop, go through the loop to make a knot. And I like to do a couple knots just to really secure it. So I'm going to go under right here. And then I'm going to weave in my tail. And this is why I like to use a sharp needle, so that I can really get this tangled in with the other threads so that it won't come out. And I like to do 3 passes in opposite directions. So I'm going to cut that off. Excuse my cock again. And, oh, I didn't weave this in. All right, I'll weave that in later. And now you can turn it back right side out. And this is what we have. Cute. So now on to the brim. So let me get our directions. And let's see, bottom edging, work is given for top edging, but do not fasten off. So once again, you want to go around and do another single crochet chain around, same as you did on the top. And this time, do not fasten off your yarn, and then we'll go on to the rest of the brim. So let me get you started on that. So again, I'm going to connect with the slip stitch. And drop the tail. And then this part I'm not going to worry about having 60. I'm just going to go into every stitch here. In fact, I'm going to have extra stitches because I want to make sure that, oops, what am I doing? Going in here. I want to make sure that I close up where we joined in. So just crochet across. And again, when you get to the join, you're just going to stick your hook in wherever you can get it to go in. Pull up, let's try that again. There we go. Pull up a loop, single crochet, and then single crochet into the next. These little chain twos, a little hard to get into, but you can do it. always snores. And yes, that's what she does at night too. She sometimes does wake me up. And again, we're coming to a join. Okay, and you're just going to continue doing that around the whole hat. Let me get my stitch marker. So I can mark my beginning right here. So that I can slip stitch, and I'll meet you back after you go around your whole circumference of the bottom of your hat. And remember not to cut your yarn. Leave your yarn attached. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so I went all the way around and I single crocheted along every square. And now the next thing it says to do is to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and make a double crochet in that same place. And then it says to make 1 double crochet in the next stitch. I'm sorry, I know it's hard for you to see because I'm using black. Let me turn on this light and see if that helps any. Yeah, I think that might help. And then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So that's 1, 2. And then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. 2 double crochets in the next. So that's 1, 2. And you're going to continue around making 1 double crochet and then 2 double crochets alternating in each of them. When you come around, you should have approximately 105 double crochets. I will meet you back at the end. I'll count how many I have, and I'll let you know how many I have, and then we'll go on to step 2. See you in a bit. When you get to the end, you're going to join to the top of your chain 3 with a slip stitch. And remember, I did a regular normal granny square with 3 sections. The motif that they called for has 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 13 or 14, because once you join it, they kind of share those ends, stitches across. So mine had 11 stitches across. So I have 96 double crochets across. So mine's going to be a little bit smaller. As I had said, I'm not doing exactly this one because it makes a 21-inch circumference and I have a smaller head. So I opted to do a smaller of a hat. So now we're on to the second part. The second part says chain 3, 1 double crochet in each double crochet around, and then join. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet into each double crochet all the way around, and I will meet you back at the beginning for round 3. Okay, so now I finished up round 2. I'm going to slip stitch to the chain 3, and now for round 3 it says chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double crochet in that same space. And then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. So there's 1, here's the second, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2. So you're going to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1, 1, and then 2 double crochets in the 3rd stitch. So you'll continue that all the way around, and then I'll meet you back for the join and to tell you what we're doing for round 4. So I'm at the end, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the top of my chain 3. And I'm actually going to stop here. I've already tried it on and I like the way it looks. So for the next row, if you need to continue, you're just going to do 1 double crochet in every stitch all the way around, and then fasten off, and you're finished. And so get that done, and then we'll take a look at our bucket hat. So here is the finished hat. I hope you like it. I love it. I think it came out really cute. I'm really happy with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I will have the Yarnspirations pattern linked below in the description box, so check that out. Please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you are subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.